Lots you can enjoy down here at Margaret River, including main break. And we've got a solid heat here to finish off the second round. Malia Manuel, a great performance from her up there on the Gold Coast at the start of the season, and wants to avoid falling out of the mix in the early rounds here. A couple of big slices to get started on this ride. What kind of finish can she put on the end of this wave? Banks it off the foam before kicking out there. She's up against Keely Andrew.
She rode that out or not. Malia on a set wave out the back. So a couple setup calves for her, waiting for this one to wall up. Never really gives her that wall to work with, but does well to make it a tidy ride to open up this heat.
To a second place finish at stop one. And Keely right behind Malia right now. Cutting back into the pocket. Getting that board on a nice angle. Just whipping through that front side wrap. And she slams the closeout. Oh, did she get control of that final turn?
That's going to be the question in the judges' minds. Did she complete that last maneuver? Keely finding the second wave of the set, finding that wrap around. There's a lot of wobble in this face, but then she finds this bit of cup of connection there. There's that little ledge on that section that just stands up and then belts it again.
A really close opening exchange here. And it looks like Keely's going to use her priority to get into this one. Has to drive for a while to try and get around the section.
Yep, she's going to have to rethink the use of her priority. That wave was a dud, and now Malia has control out the back.
Had a 4 on her first wave. Looks to line this one up. Well positioned. Has had some of the most progressive turns of the season. She starts this one off with some traditional hits. Just the 2 moves, but pretty solid on the outside there.
Definitely love the variety of those maneuvers, and also the fact that that wave stood up, gave her opportunity to have a bit of variety in both of those maneuvers. I'd say that's going to better her 4. Love the lead into this wave. That wall just stretches out in front of her, and she can kind of just draw on that canvas. Second maneuver, even drifting the tail there for a split second.
Well, it has to be said that both these competitors really dropped the ball at Bells Beach. They had such fantastic starts to the year. Keely Andrew already looking for a 6.17, 22 minutes to go. Decent sized set wave approaching here. Keely weighing up her options. She's got priority. Malia makes her think about it. Keely commits. Let's see what she can do with it. Draws off the bottom. Nice first section. Always plenty of style. That second turn was solid. Nice attack on the lip, putting up a big fan of spray. That'll look good from the beach for the panel.
Definitely. One thing, you know, Keely had that early entry into that wave. That first maneuver could have been a bit more dynamic, but unfortunately a little bit out on the face for that first turn. But second move, definite contact.
Yeah, you'll see in the start of this ride, Keely often cuts that turn sharp. It gives her a lot of speed, but she really shuts off her wingspan.
She does. She just rounds off those shoulders, and then that one right there. Maybe a bit of opportunity to hold that rail a bit more, Ronnie, and maybe make it a bit more dynamic and critical. She just kind of cut it short to get into that third maneuver.
And plenty of waves ridden in this heat. Just under 15 minutes to go. Keely Andrew hanging on to the lead. A last wave of 5.67. Keeping busy, under priority here. Nice hook off the top. And again, just hammering away at this wave. Love it when Keely gets the opportunity to attack the lip. Always explosive and really committed in trying to finish this one off right there over the rocks. And she gets rolled.
Keely also stepping it up on this wave, showing an added point of aggression. It was a smaller wave, able to release the fins on that little section, but not afraid to just hold on to this last turn on that stack of bricks. She goes down. It goes below sea level as it reaches that ledge. It's just so impressive to see these surfers attack that inside section.
Okay, outside. Malia on a beautiful looking wall, draws off the bottom. First section's nice and clean, and she lays that board over. Super critical. And she'll look to finish this one off on the inside as well. Solid stuff, looking at the rocks, weighing up her options. Gets that jam in and just hangs on, wants to show control. Let the judges know that she's finished that one off.
Yeah, it's just kicked it into another gear. Watch her wait for this wave to stand up and just cupping it through, holding that rail. The judges saying they want to see that from the surfers. Just the length that she put in that turn and the effort. Look at the speed that she carries throughout this ride, even drifts the 10.
You kind of know that the surfers aren't going to hold back. They're weighing up their options, but more often than not, they kind of know they're going to bottom out. Keely's up again on the outside. She's still behind. There's a big number coming through for Malia on that last ride. Keely needs an 8.66 here. And doing all the work she can with that wave, but it did go particularly flat. But an 8.33 for Malia. A lot of reward for that big carve on the outside. Zed held the rail from the top right through the bowl to the bottom of that one.
Well, Keely, I feel so sorry for her. She got that early entry on this wave, but you see it just kind of taper off on that section. It didn't stand up like Malia's wave did, even though from that outset you thought it was going to have that potential. So Keely never had that opportunity to really make a committed rail turn.
8.5 minutes to go here. Malia out in front by a pretty decent margin at this point in time. She's got priority. She's not going to back down. She wants to keep upping the heat score total into this first section. Explosive, confident in her approach now, and on her way to another solid number. What kind of finish can she give us here? Banks it on the end section just before the rocks. That 6.83 might be on the way out.
Long gone. I would say wasn't as big as the set wave where she got the 8.33, but still the surfing, the quality of her turns, way up there for me. I'll wait and see what the judges deliberate on that one. But to me, those first two turns, even the finish, it's just a sweet ride from Malia. So badly that she's looking at a couple of stitches, but Malia just waits for this wave, and it's just begging for a beating, and she just lays down an assault on that rail. And even this finishing turn right here, so much speed, smooth finish.
And a really big reward.
Yep, well
a
deserved.
9 for Malia Manuel, the highest heat score total of the contest so far, 17.33. And the judges have said here at Main Break, you get into that lip and really lay down some big turns, you're going to be well rewarded. And the Hawaiian just really starting to find her place out here and looking ultra confident. Time winding down, 15 seconds to go. Keely at this point just trying to salvage a bit of pride, wants to try and put a big number up. We'll see her go on the attack here, drawing off the bottom into this first section. And that wave just lays back down, so Keely should be knocked out of the Margaret River Pro, but a great Australian leg for her, a memorable result on the Gold Coast. You'd have to call it a hometown event for the Queenslander. But she'll set her sights on stop number 4. Malia Manuel, though, with the highest heat score total of the event. She's moving on to round 3. We'll be back in just a moment with Joe Tapel and Martin Potter to kick off round 3.